Welcome to the News at Noon this Wednesday, August 13th, 2014. Today I say Guten Tag, good day from Deutschland. We're live in Germany as we open up our newest franchise, but today we're talking all about you and what can happen for you in your Park Lane business. Now, if you look on a map, I'm at one end of this arrow, which is, I'm in very southwest Germany, and only 4 hours by car is Paris, France. And so while Paris is something that I can go to and spend money at, you are going to go to Paris free. Park Lane's newest incentive trip, and you are going to Paris to help us celebrate our 59th anniversary. And we're so excited because so many of you are working and getting so close already in our Fast Start program, and that's really exciting. This is the most beautiful place in the world. Europe is, when you look at the Heidelberg Castle in that picture, it's just incredible. And the thing that's great about Park Lane is that they reward, we're going to do training today. We're going to talk about, in a 3-part series, 9 things that the most successful people do differently. And the great thing is that some of these things we see and look at, Park Lane encourages and rewards you to do with this incentive trip. The first is called the Fast Start Bonus. And what this does is give you credit for doing 2 things now from the time you got home. From Tuesday, July 22nd, so that was actually 4 weeks ago, this started, or 3 weeks ago it started, through September 2nd, when you do 2 things, you're getting bonus credit. And the first is recruit. Share the opportunity with someone. Any new recruit who you welcome into Park Lane between the 22nd and the 2nd who have at least $500 in sales to start. Now again, remember, to count as a qualified recruit for the contest, they need to have 1,000 or more in sales in their first 5 weeks of business. But for this contest, if by the 2nd they come in and have 500 or more in sales, you get 2,000 bonus points for each one. And that means if you have 4 and the maximum credit you can get is 4 bonus recruits, you can bring in 10, but the max you can get is 8,000 bonus points. You would get, and think about that, if you would bring in 4 recruits who just all have their 500 in sales, that would be 2,000 points. 4 times 5 is 2,000. Plus 8,000 bonus points, that's 10,000 points you'd get for the contest. So 2,000 bonus points for every recruit you have now by September 2nd. And then secondly, you have the Fast Start personal sales bonus plan. And what that says is if you have 1,000 or more in sales in that 7-week period, all your personal sales are doubled. If you sell 10,000, you get 20,000 in credit. So amazing incentives offered by Park Lane between now and these next 2 weeks. Remember, you have these next 2 weeks of anniversary weeks, and then you still have the first week of the September commission month that you get Fast Start bonus credit on for the trip contest. Now, when you look at the trip, it really is quite easy. There are 3 levels, and level 1 is when you have your first recruit. We're going to send you an amazing Paris pin with the Eiffel Tower. It just signifies you're going to be there. The incentive trip is level 2 and level 3. And a trip for 1 is, again, those 4 qualified recruits. Now, you can have lots more than 4 people you share a Park Lane opportunity with. But when you have 4 qualified, that's the first part. And the second part is you and they together need to have 50,000 points. So remember, all that Fast Start, everything going on early, you and them together, 50,000. Trip for 1 to Paris. Trip for 2 is 64,000 points. And remember, those of you who are brand new and are watching the recording and have never been on a Park Lane incentive trip, everything is covered. That's your airfare, it's your hotel, it's just everything. And it's a trip of a lifetime in Paris, France. You could be there. We're going to double. I mean, we have 18 Australians going to be in Aruba. We're going to have at least 50. Our goal is to have a plane soon. So your own plane full of Australian Park Laners coming to the incentive trip. Paris would be a great place to start. The trip is on, and we know you're excited about us. Now, as I promised, we're going to do a 3-week series. So for the next 3 weeks, we're going to talk each week about 3 of the 9 things successful people do differently. And this is from, what I have to read a lot for my work, and I don't get time to read for pleasure much, but when I do, I love to read things about work. And this comes from a magazine that I do I'm very committed to, called Fast Company, and it really is about brand new companies that are really growing rapidly. And this was an article a couple years ago that I'm so intrigued by that I wanted to share and just do a little training on it, and it's 9 things successful people do differently. And we start by asking a question: why have you been so successful at reaching some of your goals and not others? At least for me, myself, I can think about that. I think, something, man, I just stay so focused on food. And then others, I can't, losing weight. I can't. Why? If you're not sure why that happens, you're not alone with the confusion. It happens that even really brilliant, highly accomplished people are pretty lousy at understanding why they fail or why they succeed at different things. And the intuitive answer, the answer that we would kind of say is that, well, I was just predisposed. I have certain talents, and I don't do other things well. And that's just a really small piece of it. In fact, decades, hundreds of years of research on achievement suggests successful people reach their goals not simply because of who they are, but more importantly, because of what they do. And there are 9 things that really successful people at achieving goals do, and they do differently than you and I may always do in our everyday life. So we want to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the first 3 today. And the first one that really successful people do differently is that they're really specific about what they want to accomplish. Now, Paris helps. You have a very specific goal. You know exactly what you have to do to achieve it. And when you set yourself a goal, you need to be as specific as possible. A good example of we use a weight loss analogy because it's easy for us to relate to. But, when somebody says, I'm going to lose some weight, that's certainly not specific. Lose 5 pounds is better than just lose some weight because it gives you a clear idea of what success looks like. Somebody saying, I'm going to do better in my business is way different than saying, I'm going to book 3 shows and get a recruit this week. Now, that's really specific. And you may have heard the acronym for SMART goals, SMART, but the first is specific. It's very important that you're specific about what you want. And knowing exactly what you want keeps you motivated until you get there. Who knows what I'm going to do better on my business is? That's so vague. Also think about specific actions that need to be taken to reach your goal. Promising to eat less or sleep more is too vague. Be very clear and precise. If you say, I'm going to go to bed at 10 p.m. on weeknights, that's very specific, and it doesn't leave any room for doubt. So number 1 is really successful people are very specific about what they want to do, not vague. Number 2 is seize the moment to act on your goals. Now, given how busy all of us are, and you have, not all of you on the call are women, but many of you are, and you're just amazing. You're the ultimate multitaskers. You have family, you have job, you may have another job. You have, the house responsibilities. You have so many things. And given how busy all of us are and how many goals we're all generating, it's not surprising that we miss opportunities to act on those goals because we just simply fail to notice. The greatest example is because we're not focused on talking to people when we get out, you may miss someone who smiles and looks at your jewelry just because we've got a lot of other things in our head. We're thinking of a lot of other things, and we miss that opportunity. If your goal is to exercise, did you really not have any time to work out today? No chance at any point to return a phone call from somebody who called? Achieving your goals means grabbing hold of those opportunities before they slip through your fingers. And truly, successful people seize the moment. They decide in advance when and where they'll take an action that you want to take. This is why we talk about scheduling time 30 minutes a day to make phone calls. If you schedule that time, you seize the opportunity. one of the things that I've always learned to do is just, if there's a moment that I need to make a call or I need to see someone, talk to them, I just do not let that moment, I live in the moment, and I make sure to take advantage of it. Again, be specific as possible about what you want to do. If it's workout, I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm going to do it for 30 minutes a day. Studies show that this kind of planning will help your brain detect and seize the opportunity. If you know you have time scheduled, you will take advantage of those opportunities, and it roughly increases your success rate by 300%. If there was anything you could do that I could tell you, you'll be 3 times as successful. It'd be crazy not to try it, right? Well, that's it. Seize the moment. Have time scheduled, once you've got that specific goal, to take action on that goal every day. And lastly, number 3, know exactly how far you have left to go. If you do not have your Australian tracking chart or a goal chart on your refrigerator, achieving any goal requires honest and regular monitoring of your progress, if not by others, and really even more not by others than by yourself. A good example of this, we go back to weight loss, is Weight Watchers. I've been to Weight Watchers a number of times over my life, and they do a great job of tracking your progress. You weigh yourself every week when you go to the meeting. They keep a progress chart. They have ribbons and awards. And so that's somebody else telling you exactly how far you have to go. If you don't know how well you're doing, if you're not, I said it for Aruba, and I'll say it to you all again as we go for Paris. If you don't have the tracking chart and you're not writing down your progress each week as you go, you're probably not going to be there. If you are, I promise you, you're tracking, you're doing number 3 on those things that successful people do differently, you're going to be there. There's an old saying, you can't measure what you don't improve, and if you don't know how well you're doing, you can't adjust behavior. Check your progress frequently. Write it in every week. We just ended this week, had another great week. Write your sales in there. Remember, you're going to double this. You're going to double this up through September 2nd. And check your progress frequently, weekly, even daily. You can look at your dashboard and see where you're at, depending on your goal. So 3 of 9 things that successful people do differently. I hope you helped, and this is a 3-week series we get to talk about. There's lots going on. We are now in anniversary weeks for you in the Bijou Belle collection. You've got your amazing new catalog going on, and your network magazine has got all the great information for you for the month of August and beyond. Our customer special continues, the new Success Necklace. This is $17 with a $30 order, and that has a retail value of $49. Fabulous gift for our customers with a $30 order. And then you've got the Yes gift. Remember, the hostess gets this when she holds and you submit her show. Somebody asked me on a News at Noon in another country this week, what if we say yes like at the grocery store? And what we said is, if you meet someone and they say yes and have a show, it doesn't matter where they do. It can be in an island of the Great Barrier Reef or anywhere. If you meet someone, they say yes, they get this ensemble. And when you think about what's offered in Anniversary Week, they get the Yes gift. This is a $99 retail value for $17. And then they get 2 thank you gifts. And those are $125 each. You can be up to that value. That's $250 for another $17 each. And those 3 together, for $51, they're getting like $350 in product, 2 thank you gifts, and the We Ensemble, just for having their show. That doesn't count free credit, half-price items, exclusive hostess items, booking award. Amazing. The Time to Party Watch is the host bonus. It is $32 when they have their show, or free at $800 net show at Time to Party Watch. And our hostesses love watches, don't they? That watch is free at an $800 net show. Again, during Anniversary Week, during the whole month of August, you have double thank you gifts. So every hostess gets 2 thank you gifts, and you got to give a shout out because the collection of our thank you gifts is truly amazing, isn't it? I mean, what great selection. Additionally, some great things for our hostesses, right? You've got, double thank you gifts. You've got the collection. You've got the Time to Party Watch. You know there's a bonus in Anniversary Weeks. Hostess over a $3 $300 net show. She gets any free booking gift ring free with a $300 show. So great incentives for our customers and hostesses. But the real incentives for our 59th anniversary are for you. And those are for sale come in the 19th and the 26th. Again, we're in anniversary weeks now. We just started. So what are the awards for you? It starts with one recruit. You have one recruit who starts. Now remember, this could be somebody who, joined the business a couple weeks ago. They haven't had sales yet because a new fashion director counts when they have their first sale, right? So anybody who has their first order come in the week of the 19th or the 26th, those two commission weeks, when you have your first recruit, you get the Bijou Belle ring, fabulous ring. And all of our leaders should have gotten a sales goal. Now, it didn't come from me because it seems that the email that I sent you that would have your goal embedded in it just left everybody wanting more. It didn't have it in there. I apologize. I got so many emails afterwards that said, what's my goal? So I apologize. But you all have a team goal. You get that from Sandra and John. I'll send out another email and correct that will give you your goal. But it's a 2-week sales goal, so it's combined for the 2 weeks, and it's you and your entire team, okay? When you are most over your goal, we will recognize the tops in every leadership level, and you win a $500 gift card. And frankly, I'll tell you, those most over awards are going to go all international this time. I just know it. But let's go to the main page with all the great awards for you, and there's some great stuff. Our Bijou Belle collection, again, is for sales the 19th and the 26th, the next 2 weeks. These are going to be the two biggest weeks in Australian history so far. You keep setting records all the time. Level 1 is at 1,500 in sales, and when you have 1,500 in sales, you get the Bijou Belle earring. At 2,500, you add the beautiful bracelet. At 5,000, that's the difficult way. Not that it's difficult. Many of you may have already blow that away. Or 2 recruits. So the Bijou Belle necklace, which is just an exquisite piece, and remember, the product of the future, 5,000 in personal net non-sales, or 2 recruits. So again, your first recruit gets you the ring, your second recruit gets you the necklace. We're sharing the opportunities the easy way, and you kind of know that in Australia. You're so smart. You get the necklace, and then that team goal that you had, again, you've gotten that from your franchise owner. We'll send another email with that because the home office determines that. But when you make that team goal, you receive the Bijou Belle watch. Fabulous piece. Product of the future. You want to get these amazing awards, mostly for you. You've got great tools, and many of these tools are now coming in. Your catalogs were there. We talked about that last week. Many of the new printed materials to support that new catalog are available soon. And the one we're really most excited about is the fold-over invitation. Now, this used to be a long accordion type thing, and now this amazing tool is an A4. It's an A4 size, and it's got, I've always wanted Carol to do this. If you look at the cover of the brochure, that's all 9 signature bracelets on 2 wrists. That is so cool. But you've got this, and if you have a program that's called Adobe that can edit PDFs, you can actually go and put the information on the show in here and print these out with the information already pre-printed. Many of you use the fold-over invitations as business cards, as handouts at trade shows and things like that. And it is a great tool because inside it gives a representation of 4 different product lines, no real high price points. It's a really great tool for you to use to really share the Park Lane opportunity. That's your fold-over invitation, one of many new tools you have available to support your business. Now let's review all the things going on now this week in your Park Lane business. Again, you've got the amazing Success Necklace. This is our customer special with a $30 order offered for $17. Next, you've got the Yes Gift, the We Collection, the Time to Party Hostess Special. That's $30 when she has a show, or free if it's over 800 net. You've got double gifts. So every show you can order 2 thank you gifts. And you've got 2 HRCs, the allowances that you get to offer at every show as well. Don't know why I'm doing air quotes and stuff today, but it's early in the morning. Remember that? Sorry. Rich Rewards Club is also an incredible program where so many of you, I saw, who did I see a Facebook post? I think it was Davina was talking about she'd ordered her second dress already, and if you haven't experienced that yet and seen the new feature where you can go in the style center and look at the style dress you like, that is extremely cool. But again, the Rich Rewards Club is an amazing program. It gets you loads of jewelry, and the ensemble, the designer ensemble a month for $2,000 or more in sales, gets you some amazing awards that are products of the future. And the Montmate is the award for August, and the Pavilion is the award for September. So really keep focused on that Rich Rewards Club. It gets you free jewelry and product support and help you in the business. Just $2,000 in sales. And when you think of $2,000 and all that you get, all the other things you get, amazing program, the Rich Rewards Club. Hey, your Park Lane customer service team is there to support you. Your franchise owners are the first line of defense. But again, you have email addresses that you can send them to. And in your back office, if there's ever an issue, the bottom left-hand corner, report an issue. And you can hit that blue button. You can give them as much detail as possible. You have a great team of people in the U.S. and around the world now that will be ready to support you. But this goes to our IT team primarily, can really help you. If you have some kind of questions specific to, an order or the back office or a program. So again, your team is here to serve you. August is a 4-week mission month, and you have already finished 2 weeks in August. And congratulations, some of you may have seen this on Facebook, but there are over 500, I think it was 511 today when we talked to Sandra Wally and I, our franchise owner here, and 511 fashion directors in Australia. And in the less than 5 months in business, March 11th, I'll never forget the day, it was so exciting that we launched there. In 4.5 months, you have sold over $1 million in jewelry just 4.5 months. It is amazing. You are amazing. It's just incredible, your success. And so thank you. These are going to be the 2 biggest weeks that we've had thus far in Australia, the 19th and the 26th. Again, these are the 2 weeks of anniversary week. And after that, you still have 1 more week that is part of the Fast Start program. And lastly, in closing, I say that, I hope all of you have looked at that Paris incentive trip and you really dream it, that it can happen. You plan how you're going to make it happen. You're sharing the opportunity with others. You're booking shows. You're talking to people everywhere you go. It is amazing how our business is growing in Australia. And I commented on a post on Facebook that we could be the largest direct sales company in Australia. Thanks to you. Remember that. It's all about you. We're not in the stores. We're not in the malls. We're not in the kiosks. We're not on TV. We're with you. You are the canvas. And it is amazing, your success. Now you work it. You take that dream, you planned it, and now you're working. And together, you make it happen. We're excited about not only success, for amazing success for these 2 weeks anniversary week, but we're excited about so many of you being in Paris. It's just up the road. I'm on the top of a house, and I can actually see it. Well, it's 22 kilometers, I think, from 21, 22 from the Paris border, or from the French border, sorry. Paris is in the country of France. It's early, and you can see it, but you're going to make it happen. We're excited about you being here. Thank you for joining us on News at Noon Live. Those of you here or watching the recording, we appreciate you, and have an amazing week of success in this first week of anniversary.